when God says to you, Mary, Peter, John, Joe, whoever you are, walk from yourself, what is he asking you? Abraham was a little confused. Abraham wrestled with his calling. We wrestle with God's calling.
Yes.
Walk from yourself. God comes to me and says, Daniel, walk from yourself. Lord, what do you want me to do? Who are you, Daniel? Well, I am a German Jew born in Argentina. My grandparents came from Germany to Argentina. I was born in a Jewish home in Argentina. Who are you, Daniel? I'm a German Jew born in Argentina. And God comes and says, walk from that. How do I walk from who I am? That is the call for Abraham. Every believer is going to experience that. How do I walk from who I am? Daniel, stop having an identity. Stop having plans for yourself. Stop knowing who you are. Put your life in my hands and forget about it.
Amen.
That is the call for Abraham. Walk from yourself. Abraham was confused. We are confused so many times because we don't really understand. How do you walk from yourself? Who are you? You are an African American in the United States. Are you a Hispanic in Houston? Walk from yourself. How do I stop being who I am? The best way to translate the call of Abraham, Genesis 12, is the word of Jesus. Deny yourself.
Yes.
Deny yourself. Have you heard of seminars and courses that they tell you, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Goal setting. This is the opposite of goal setting. Abraham left without knowing where he was going, but he knew that God was going with him.
Amen.
Listen to me. It's very popular in Christian circles today to go to seminars where you have to start with the end in mind. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? You know what happened to Christians who think like that? They pray and God has to bless their own plans. Do you think that is your employee? Do you think that is going to bless your own dreams, your own plans? Abraham left without knowing where he was going, but he knew that God was going with him. That is the call of Abraham. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you realize that if you know where you want to be in 5 years, you're going to pray that God will take you there,
Yes.
and God will become your employee.
Yes.
He is not your employee, you are his servant.
Amen.
Amen.
Every believer is the God of Abraham. Every believer will have to learn how to have fellowship with the God of Abraham.
That's
Who is
right.
the God of Abraham? Is the God who tells you, put your life in my hands,
Yes.
forget about yourself and walk.
Yes.
How do I do it? Where do I go? It's confusing. I don't have the map today, but you know that Abraham was confused too. Abraham was in Ur of the Chaldeans, in Mesopotamia, in Iraq. The Lord called him, and you know that Abraham left. If you read very carefully, those of you who know the Bible very well, if you read Acts chapter 7, when the Lord called Stephen, Stephen is talking about Abraham's life. Those of you who know the Bible well, this is for experts, but Stephen says Abraham left his land with his father. And after his father died in Haran, then he came to Canaan. Abraham was confused. We are confused because the call of Abraham is to walk by faith.
Amen.
When the Lord calls you and you don't know where you are going, you know that He is with you, but you don't know where He's taking you. You are having fellowship with the God of Abraham.
Amen.